And this is going to help long term, but in the short term, you're going to need to know a few things. And really this week, early this week, we'll have that soaking rain that could lead to flash flooding. That does stick with us here through today, and we're not done with this storm even as we head into the middle and later half of the week. It's going to be the first snow of the season for some. I know a lot of people may be excited for it long term. Short term could cause some problems, maybe northern I-29 heading across the border. That's where we are anticipating most of that snow, but a lot of it still going to be the first flakes of the season, especially further south across parts of the northern plains, areas like Cavalier, North Dakota. I told you where that heaviest snow is going to be centered. That does include southern Canada. We could see upwards to 18 inches, most likely with our AccuWeather local storm max to fall in that dark blue. Here in the U.S., further south, Fargo, Grand Forks, you're sitting firmly in that 3 to 6 inch range. So we could get a nice little snow out of this. Certainly not the most this area has seen, but still some snow on the ground. Bismarck, Sioux Falls, even across central Minnesota, closer towards the Twin Cities, we could pick up an inch or two. I do want to play this out for you so that you can kind of get a feel of when this heavy rain and when the snow will arrive. We'll watch this rain shield here push north, and it's going to be reaching right around that Chicago metro area again. Another push of heavy rain later tonight. Then waking up tomorrow, you'll have the clouds, but a lot of that action will be centered across some damaging winds potentially. The storm still continuing to track eastward. Cavalier, North Dakota, you're on track to get a few inches, 2 to 4 inches we're calling for with your AccuWeather exclusive. Well, it's going to be a stormy stretch here in the west. We have a combination of a little bit of everything. We have this atmospheric river that's pumping moisture into the Pac Northwest corridor, especially along I-5. You'll see some of the heaviest rain even closer towards the coast. The further inland you go, though, we've been tracking some snow. Now, a lot of the snow has already fallen here, but we're in for a stormy stretch nonetheless as we're tracking another storm right on the heels of this one. But we're still in the midst of this original storm, Portland 46, Medford 49, as we head into the day on Tuesday. It is going to be quite chilly, and of course we're still cranking out some rain, steady rain here throughout the day. Unfortunately, we still have that risk for flooding. This is the Park Fire burn scar, an area fresh here, and unfortunately it's not going to take much to cause that flooding risk. Mudslides, debris flow, really road washouts. It can get pretty nasty north of Chico. So heads up as we are tracking some pretty heavy rain, but even through Monday, we'll see some snow on the ground adding to that pack. White Pass, 18 to 30 inches. Now it's still in progress, but a lot of it has already fallen. Upwards to 2 feet there in Government Camp, and even Willamette Pass. We could see over a foot of snow. Rainfall Tuesday evening until Friday. Adding up the numbers, looking like there's going to be a little bit of a flood risk here, especially along the coastal areas from Medford down through Redding. We're going to see some of that heavy rain, and that's why we want you to be on high alert, because Sarah, or what is left of Sarah, the storm that was, is going to continue to drift north and then make an eastward turn out towards the Atlantic yet again. But this all happens pretty quickly. This is by Tuesday evening, moving closer towards the Gulf, and then by Wednesday evening back out into the Atlantic. All in all, though, still bringing a lot of rain up. We have plenty to draw from. Unfortunately, some of those storms that are going to erupt here Monday night through Tuesday night, they're going to be juicy and they're going to impact some travel. On the back end of this, high pressure builds in Thursday into Friday. That's where we're tracking much cooler air. This is going to be the chilliest air of the season, so kind of getting hit with a little bit of everything. We do have those storms. We do have that heavy rain here out ahead of this. Early this week, we're getting a little taste of winter. Let's start you off with number 1 on the list. We're still tracking some heavier rain even as we head into early Tuesday. And this is going to be the first snow of the season for a few people across the far north, but still a few people that, if you compare this to last winter, we haven't really seen a lot of cold air, at least cold enough air to support snow. We haven't seen a lot of snow in the past few months, or at least past winter. There were powerful wind gusts here across the area. That's going to be a top concern, as well as those localized power outages. That's something that we just have to keep in mind. Starting you off early Tuesday, where maybe you're on your morning commute, it is going to be a little rough in some of these areas. Still dropping some heavier, steadier rain in areas like Detroit up through the UP. Southern Canada, but then we're wrapping around this colder air today, seeing some snow here throughout the middle of the week. That snowfall, though, how much are we talking? Well, we do have an area across southern Manitoba, Saskatchewan, too, where we could see upwards to a foot or more. Your accurate local storm max 24 inches. Closer to home, though, Grand Forks, Fargo, you're looking at numbers closer to 3 to 6 as we head into Tuesday, early Thursday.